What's up, YouTube? Quick video on I guess the basics on of an oil change. Yeah, you don't really have to take your tire out when you're changing your oil. I'm working on another project, doing my struts soon, so that's why you see the tire out. So first things first, make sure you want to jack up your car up. The reason I have the jack stand and the jack is supporting barely, but it's there because just for safety reasons, just in case the jack goes out or anything, you got, double support there. But don't rely on just the jack to hold up the car and be under the car. You definitely want to put a jack stand on it. These are 3-ton jack stands. Most cars are about 2 to 3. I got a van, so that's pretty good enough. So basic things first, you need your oil. Now, for those who don't know, there are 2 different types. There is regular conventional motor oil, and then there's synthetic, full synthetic motor oil. I use full synthetic. Once you stop using regular oil and you want to go to synthetic, which is more expensive but it lasts longer, you don't want to go back to this one. You want to just stick with this. So it's a bit more expensive, but it's worth it, I think, especially if you travel frequently. I'm one of those type of people. So, quick rundown. Jack the car up. I already took oil out of my car to make it easier to film for you guys. Okay, got a little oil spill there. That's my 16-gallon oil drain container. Make sure you have one of those. You don't want to just spill it all over the place. Usually when I'm done with the oil, what I recommend everybody to do is take it to the nearest gas station or mechanic shop. They must accept the oil. If they tell you no, yeah, I don't know. There's no, just don't dump it in garbage or anything like that. That oil is still usable. What do you need? Well, you definitely need some gloves. As you can see, the oil gets hot. So if you're driving it and then decide to do it, make sure you get some gloves. Mine is a 14 size. I used, just real quick. You can use a socket wrench if you want and all that stuff. Some of them are pretty hard to get. Like if you're doing it by yourself, the guys at the shops, they use the power guns and all that. But if you got a breaker bar, works a lot to take out a lot of hard stuff. Anything that's hard to reach or anything like that, that gives you more leverage, more play to pull things. These are 2 different type of oil filter removers. This is your regular one. Basically just straps on tight. When it turns, and you're able to turn it. This one is just, self-explanatory. It's like pliers. You grab it, hold it, you turn it. I don't like this one that much because the times that I have used it, instead of getting a good grip and turning it right, I'm actually crushing the filter. So a lot of times these teeth, like instead of just gripping it, they just go right through it. So I wouldn't recommend that one unless you're pretty good at it. Once under the car, this is your oil pan. This is your filter. That's my old filter. Oil pan, I still have it loose, just so you guys can see. Make sure you get it all drained out, not like me, who's just letting excess spill out. But it's okay. Might as well just let it all spill out. And we're good there. Make sure you want to tighten that up. Make sure you want to clean this area also from any old oil, because you want to make sure once you put the new one and everything is tight here, you want to make sure you don't have any other spills. If you clean it up and you see a little bit of spillage or extra oil, you got a problem. Maybe it's a drain plug that's already, worn down, so it's not closing tight enough. So you might want to be careful with that. Also, when you take out the filter, you want to put the drain plug under the filter as well, because the filter has oil in it and it will tend to spill out more. I already did mine, so I really like these Fram filters because they got this black kind of, you know, easy grip. So I went with that. So make sure you tighten everything. You don't want to tighten this too tight because then it's just gonna be a lot harder for you to get it out. See, I got a 6-time engine protection. It's all the same. As long as they work properly and you're able to fit it and it's for your car, you'll do good. So let's take a look here. I don't know if you can see it well. That's where the oil filter is going. Make sure you get, you know, you don't want to get any of that stuff on you. And it just goes in. Make sure you get it in properly. Make sure you get the right one. I've gone to places where they try to like put the one that's not for my car in. They're like, yeah, it fits. I'm like, no, it doesn't fit. So don't let, if you know what it is for your car, you get what's for your car. You don't want to let anybody try to fool you. And no, you know, this fits an Accord, and you got a Ford Escape. You know. There it goes. I don't know why it took me a while to put it in there. But there you go. See, that's why I like the grip thing, because you could just take it, hand tight. You don't want to overdo it. I tend to overdo the tightening, so that's why I'm gonna emphasize on be careful on the tightening. And there you go. She's in. You got your nut tightened. Actually, I don't have mine tightened, so I'm gonna grab one of these. No, lefty loosey, righty tighty. And also with this nut, you just wanna just go as far. Just hand tightened. You don't want to overdo it. You don't want to break it to the point where then you're gonna have to either get a new pan or drill that one out. So always want to have some clean rags. So remember, I said be able to clean the nut. So just in case you did something wrong, you didn't tighten it wrong, or the plug is not good, you always want to be able to notice. So you clean off all the excess stuff you got there. Don't spill that like I did. Make sure they have the proper drain container, proper jack. So once you get the new filter in and you drained out all the oil, and take your new oil and start putting it in. Most cars take about 4 to 5 quarts of oil. Usually they sell the conventional one. Packs, if not the single quarts. But yeah, there's not much to it. Again, jack the car up. Make sure it's safe and secure. Make sure you get the right oil for your car. Most shops will let you know what kind you need, as well as what filter to use. And jack the car up. Make sure you get a proper container. Container goes on the bottom. I got a 16-gallon one, which 16 quart. I'm sorry, it's not 16-gallon. Drain it in the proper place. Make sure you get a brand new filter. Clean everything up. Make sure all the oil is drained out. Replace the plug. You want to make sure that's clean as well, just so it secures, fits tightly. Remember, this is your engine oil, so whatever's for your car, you don't want to go cheap. You don't want to overlook. You know, make sure you get everything right. So get your filter in. And once you get your filter, your drain plug is in. You make sure everything is tightened. Go ahead and you pour the oil where it needs to go. You get a funnel if you don't want to make a mess. Check the levels as you're putting it in. Make sure everything's even. And that's it. This is your fundamentals of an oil change. If you guys would want to do it on your own, sell yourself a couple bucks, take care of your own stuff. Don't go cheap. That's what I recommend. Don't go cheap when it comes to your car. if you want it to last, that's what you got to do. I got converted from regular motor oil to fully synthetic, but this is a 98. This is 2011. So you want to do everything possible you can. Cars like this, like my dad's car, runs on 5W20. I usually always put 10W30, but it's all about the thickness. But you know, when you go to an AutoZone or Pep Boys or anything like that, they'll tell you exactly what you need for your car. So that's it. I hope you guys like my video, and I guess the basics on changing an oil changing. And yeah, thanks for watching, YouTube.